Hello everyone, welcome to Fullmoon Movies. There are films that want to shock you, and there are films that want to quietly unsettle you long after the screen goes dark. Bugonia belongs firmly in the second category. On the surface, it looks like a darkly comic sci-fi thriller about conspiracy theories and alien paranoia. But beneath that premise lies a deeply cynical, disturbingly human meditation on power, delusion, environmental guilt, and humanity's obsession with control. Directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, Bugonia continues his fascination with characters who believe they understand the world better than everyone else and who weaponize that belief to justify cruelty. If Poor Things explored freedom and identity through curiosity, Bugonia explores certainty and obsession through fear. It is not a comfortable film, and it is not meant to be. The story revolves around two young men who kidnap a powerful pharmaceutical CEO, convinced she is an alien sent to destroy humanity. In lesser hands, this premise would have become either a broad satire or an absurdist comedy. Lanthimos refuses both. Instead, he treats the conspiracy with unnerving seriousness. The film doesn't laugh at its characters, it observes them coldly and patiently, allowing their logic to unravel on its own. At the center of the film is Emma Stone, delivering one of her most restrained and unsettling performances to date. As Michelle Fuller, she embodies authority with terrifying calm. Whether she is human or alien almost becomes irrelevant. What matters is how easily power insulates itself from empathy. Stone's performance works because she never overplays the mystery. Her stillness becomes threatening. Her composure feels predatory. The film understands that true power does not need to shout. Opposite her, Jesse Plemons plays Teddy, a conspiracy-obsessed beekeeper whose paranoia is rooted not in stupidity, but in grief, guilt, and unresolved trauma. This is one of the film's most unforgettable truths. Teddy is not entirely wrong about the world being broken. He's just catastrophically wrong about who is responsible. And that is what the violence can really achieve. Plemons plays him not as a caricature, but as a man who has replaced emotional processing with ideology. Now, this is where Bugonia becomes more than a remake or a genre exercise. It reflects a modern condition. How environmental collapse, corporate secrecy, and social alienation create a fertile ground for extremist thinking. Teddy's obsession with bees, extinction, and ecological collapse mirrors real anxieties. But instead of confronting systemic forces, he channels those fears into a single target. Now, the film makes a devastating point, which is conspiracy theories often begin with legitimate concerns, then it spirals into a moral catastrophe. Now, the relationship between Teddy and his cousin Don adds another layer of tragedy. Don is not driven by ideology, but he is driven by longing. His desire to be belong, to be taken somewhere else, echoes Elio-like themes of escape. But here is the outcome which becomes more darker. Where Pixar offers healing, Lanthimos offers consequences. Don's fate is one of the film's most heartbreaking moments, and it lands precisely because the film never sentimentalizes him. Visually, Bugonia is striking in a way that feels deliberately uncomfortable. Shot largely in a VistaVision 35mm, the image has a strange clarity, hyper-detailed yet emotionally distant. Faces feel exposed, interiors feel satire. Nature, particularly the imagery of bees and open landscapes, feel eerily indifferent to human suffering. The cinematography reinforces the film's core idea, which is the universe does not care about the human narratives of heroism or righteousness. Now, the 4K Steelbook presentation elevates this visual language beautifully. Grain structure is intact, blacks are deep without crushing the details, and the color palette, especially the sicky greens and clinical whites, comes with unsettling precision. This is not a pretty 4K upgrade, but it is an honest one. The Steelbook art itself reflects the film's tone, minimalist, ominous, and emotionally detached, mirroring Michelle Fuller's character. Musically, Jerskin Fendrick's score is sparse, unsettling, and deeply psychological. The music doesn't guide emotion, in fact, it disrupts it. Themes feel unfinished, looping, or slightly off key, mirroring the character's fractured logic. Silence is used as an effective as sound, allowing moments of dread to breathe rather than explode. One of Bugonia's boldest choices is its ending. Without spoiling specifics, the film refuses catharsis. There is no moral balancing act, no redemptive gesture. Instead, the conclusion forces the audience to confront an uncomfortable possibility. What if humanity's greatest threat is not external invasion, but internal certainty? The final moments feel cold, almost nihilist, yet strangely honest. Lanthimos doesn't offer comfort, he offers reflection. Comparisons to Save the Green Planet are inevitable, but Bugonia is not interested in replicating the original tonal chaos. Where the Korean film leaned into manic energy, Bugonia leans into stillness. It reflects a world where paranoia has become normalized, where conspiracy theories no longer feel fringe but mainstream. As a physical media release, the 4K Steelbook feels appropriate for a film like this. Bugonia is not a movie designed for casual rewatching. Instead, it is a film you return to when you want to interrogate ideas, performances, and discomfort. Owning it feels less like a collecting entertainment and more like archiving an cultural artifact, a snapshot of a specific moment in global anxiety. Ultimately, Bugonia is a film about misplaced righteousness. It is about how people seek meaning in chaos and how easily that search can become destructive. It is not Lanthimos' most accessible work, nor his warmest, but it may be one of his most relevant. In a world increasingly defined by certainty, outrage, and ideological echo chambers, Bugonia dares to ask a dangerous question. That is, what if the belief that you are saving the world is the very thing destroying it? And that question lingers long after the disc stops spinning. Now, this movie is a must-watch.